Craig with Star Trek 47 and Marianne with Star Trek 47.
Hello.
Look at this road.
Now, where are we, Craig?
We are heading to the tomb of one Colonel William Kolb. Was that his name? William? It was something. Kolb.
Yeah, Kolb.
We'll see. It's on his tombstone, apparently. So there is a tomb here of a Revolutionary War soldier who was murdered when his family and himself were burned alive by, what do they call them, Tories?
Yes.
Yes, Tories.
Tories.
English. Soldiers burned them alive in 1781.
Mm-hmm.
They were murdered in their home. Anyway, this is the dark and scary road, off-road, that we have to take to get to it.
Yes! Yes!
We are off-road now.
We are in it.
We're going to set up here for a little while and do some ghostly haunted research. So we made it to Colonel Kolb's tomb. We're out here in the middle of the night in South Carolina on Halloween night. And we brought with us the infrared video camera. So we are going to be setting that up kind of in a static position, because it is said that a lot of times people that come out here will suddenly notice the figure of a soldier standing next to them or nearby, and a lot of times footsteps are heard in the woods, and sometimes people heard screaming in the woods. So there's a lot of things to listen for out here, and we are deep out here in the middle of nowhere.
It's perfect.
It's a full moon, Saturday, October 31st, Halloween night, and we are here at Colonel Kolb's tomb. What we have here are the important tools that every ghost hunter normally takes. This is the kind of the minimum setup. You'd like to have a still camera. Those are good. You have the EMF detector, which comes in very handy. This is an average spirit box, but I added an extra speaker, an external speaker, gives a little more noise. And of course you need some Reese's Pieces.
Reese's Pieces. Gotta have those.
If
Must
you
have.
don't have Reese's Pieces, you can have Twizzlers.
Also, the things you were eating earlier, those Milk Duds.
Milk Duds are good.
They
They're actually a very good ghost hunting candy. A lot of good calories. Or calories? Sugar, right? Anyway. We are going to implement some of these devices here over the next few minutes and see what kind of reaction we get. Okay, one other device I like to use sometimes is my digital recorder. Sometimes we can pick up the electromagnetic voice impulses. What is it called?
The EVP, baby.
Yeah, or the disembodied voices of the dead, as I like to call it. So we're going to do a couple of things here tonight. But let's first have us a look at Colonel Kolb's tomb, shall we? Now this is literally out in the middle of the woods. I mean, this is the only one out here. It's the only grave out here.
And we suspect this is not the original headstone.
No, this would
No
be,
way.
it says, grave of Colonel Abel Kolb, born circa 1750, commander of PD Regiment of General Francis Marion's Brigade. Colonel Kolb was murdered by Tories near here, April 26, 1781.
Mm-hmm.
As I had explained earlier, he was burned to death with his family in their home. And that's what we mean by murdered, because that's basically murder, I'm assuming. So anyway, let's set up our night vision camera here and get to recording, and we're going to do some focusing. Now, the woods get pretty hairy out there at night. There's a lot of things can happen. You know, this is a cleared area, which is kind of nice. It's, oops.
Yeah, we have a clear ring to work in.
There we go. That's recording the tomb. Now let's go over here and get the EMF detector. We're going to make a pass with that first and see.
I'm just on high alert. There's just so much energy out here. Don't
There
you
is.
feel it?
There's a lot of a life going on right here.
There's a lot. And
It's just there. Okay. All right, so we are standing right behind, or possibly even on, Colonel Kolb's tomb. He's been buried here since 1781, and a lot of people oftentimes hear footsteps or hear people walking through the woods or something like that at night, and sometimes they hear people screaming. And as I mentioned earlier, sometimes they just look up and they see a Revolutionary War soldier standing next to them, which, you know, without photographs of what he looked like, they're assuming it's him. So anyway, let's ask a couple of questions. Are there any spirits here at this tomb with us tonight? We are looking for the ghost of Colonel Abel Kolb, or any of his family members. Colonel Kolb, are you here with us tonight at your grave? It's Halloween. The veil is at its thinnest. If you're able to pass through and communicate with us, simply touch the object Marianne is holding in her hand.
Moving right now.
Yeah. Has a little green light. If you can come close to that or touch it, we'll be able to see if you're here.
Oh.
Flickered, but I think it was just from me
I
setting
think
it
the
down.
movement.
Maybe if it's just sitting on here. Colonel Kolb, are you here with us tonight at your grave? How many people are buried here?
We come with no disrespect.
We're out here to see if we can communicate. What was that?
My back is pain. I hit the fence.
Okay.
Something was running. Oh my God.
God, that was scary. That sounded like footsteps through the woods.
It was.
That was.
You think? Exactly what it was.
That was something intense.
I can't wait to hear it on the. God, I can't wait to hear it. It was loud.
Yeah, it was. That was definitely something moving.
Maybe that was our response. Oh
Shh.
my God.
Can you hear that?
Yes. That's what I'm talking about. Oh,
I can see better if I move back.
That was crazy. My God, we totally just heard something in the woods.
As soon as I said no disrespect, I heard something over there too.
Yeah, I heard what
footsteps
sounded
just
like
then.
a mumble, almost
Uh-huh.
like a mumble.
Okay, we're gonna be still and quiet for just a minute, people. Bear with us.
And this is the area over here. Shine the light kind of right up over there. There we go. That's kind of the area where we've been hearing things.
This is the most
Moving around.
activity over here. Heard stuff right behind the grave initially, but this is where I've been hearing
Yep.
most of it. Actually, all around us. Opposite of this area too. Completely opposite. We heard stuff, but primarily here.
On this full moon lit Halloween night. Okay, shine the light at me. So now we are heading to our secondary location. We didn't get much activity here, although we did hear something in the woods. We've heard the footsteps. We couldn't see anything. We're going to check our camera later and see if that caught anything, as we've left it running without us paying attention to it while we've gone and exploring around the area. So our next location is going to be the Montrose Cemetery.
Cemetery. Yep.
Yes, and this cemetery is purported to be very haunted, and we will tell you more about that in just a few minutes. This is the road to the Montrose Cemetery. We're coming up on it right now. Oh, it looks like there's another car out here doing ghost hunting. Oh my God, this might be awesome.
Your destination is on the right.
Thank you. I noticed. The gravestones gave it away. Alright, so we are here. So let me pull over this way more. So I'm up out of the way in case anybody wants to. You see the,
Trying to get.
you see up in the trees? Can you see the moss?
Right here,
Oh my gosh.
right in front of us.
Yeah.
Spanish moss.
Okay. We're now in the Montrose Cemetery. And this cemetery has almost all of the headstones knocked down, broken, and removed. It's a very old cemetery. And it's one of the oldest in South Carolina. It's very haunted out here. The stories that circle around the Montrose Cemetery even include a serial killer who used to come out here and murder children up in the 1950s and 60s, as well as murders and just the spirits of other dead people that were seen in this area after burial. So there have been a lot of reported sightings of ghosts out in this cemetery, as well as people hearing the voices of children screaming. So this could be a pretty hairy night. We brought all of our equipment. We also brought a little something special. We're going to do a spirit smoke session. Now this is something different that you don't see anybody do, because nobody has spirit smoke but me. So we brought our spirit smoke, and we're going to be getting into that here in just a bit. We'll explain it as we use that to see what happens. It's a form of scrying, but it does take us into the supernatural realm just a bit deeper. So we're going to go do some exploring right now and see what we can find. So
I haven't had a chance to really tune in. You gotta give me a minute. I've been working the camera. You know, I mean, you know, I've only got
a
two.
little job to do.
Just a minute. How about right over there where we just heard the noise?
Sounds good.
All right. I don't know if you guys heard it, but dead ahead. Okay.
Spooky, eerie vibe.
Yeah.
Let's see if we can find some of the remnants of the tombstones. Like this.
Yeah, I want to give you around a couple. This is exactly the one that I wanted to see, and here we are.
Yeah, this is the one.
These are the ones,
Confederate
this-
States Army.
This couple, because most of the names
Oh,
here,
God, we're standing right on it.
you have. You'd stand to the side.
Mary
Yeah.
Jane Whittington
Yeah,
Middleton.
this is a married couple. Most of the gravestones have been moved. There's no names anymore. It is creepy.
This is a good place to
This is a good
set up
place.
the camera.
I think so too.
Try the spirit smoke.
This is good. Okay, let's just see.
Some things down here. We're going to turn on the EMF detector,
Yeah, that would be good.
and we're going to set it down over here. I got another battery for this in the car.
It's crazy.
Shit, I have to go back and get that now? All right.
Apparently.
I do. Okay, I got my car key flashlight, so you hang out here and watch our stuff.
You think? Oh my God! Yeah, you hang out here. Right, okay. Okay, people, it's you and me. I'll keep an eye on things. Right now, I'm glad that there are other people out here since Craig's going back to get some batteries. Apparently that's some traffic on the highway, but that was awfully loud. I don't understand why that was so loud. And what is this ahead? Some of these other graves we were telling you about. See, down here on the ground, this is the couple, but now I'm going to show you a couple of other where you can still read the names on the tombstones, but none of the other graves that we came across in daylight the other day are like that, because they're more the upright headstones, and they've all been cut back. Like this one, for example. The top taken off. You can't read any names, or they're just broken. Okay, what do we got here? See this one? Totally busted apart. Okay. But that's how all the rest are. And there's a bunch around here. It's hard to catch them all. But that's what they all look like. So we don't know exactly what that's about. But pretty creepy. Okay, it looks like he's back with the battery.
Okay, well.
Or showing them some of the different, how most of the tombstones that we found are gone.
Did you hear something over there?
I did. Here, I'm going to show you. There we go.
Okay, this is strange because I just had a pretty fresh battery in this camera right here. I just put the battery in there this morning and it was already dead by the time we used it for what the little bit of time we're
Just
out
a
at
little
Colb's
bit,
Tomb.
yeah.
And these batteries usually last for about 2.5 to 3 hours. So that one drained. Let's see how long we get out of this one. Okay, for now we have the EMF detector. We might sport it around a couple different places. We'll try the spirit box again and see what kind of reaction we get from it. Now our system, we're still working on developing our own system. But what we like to do is we like to ask questions, more or less a lot of the typical kind of questions, some similar ones. We have some of our own. But we like to not talk over the spirits, because we notice a lot of times people do that on some shows. So we like to ask a question, then give it some time to respond or reply. That way, you know, if we can pick it up on the digital recorder or hear it through here, we're not talking over it and missing what they say. That still could happen, but we usually like to count to about 10 or so after we ask a question, see if any response comes before asking other things. So we're going to do a couple of things here right now and see what happens. I've not been watching the EMF detector since we turned it on. So
It hasn't moved.
this camera has been on, so if it caught anything, wouldn't notice. But let's see what happens here. Are there any spirits in this cemetery with us here tonight? Hearing noises behind me. I'm gonna give this a break for a minute. As let's try using the digital recorder. Okay. Are you aware of our presence here? If you are, give us a sign.
I'm sorry. Just a minute, Craig.
What'd you hear?
I don't know. Just a minute.
Sure. See, I keep hearing something.
I hear something ahead of us, too. Yes.
And that's what I thought was odd because I hadn't seen any flashlights or any kind of lights over there.
Well, there were people when we first came in that general area, but they've moved. They're gone.
Yeah, and that's why.
So now I don't know what we're hearing.
Over there.
It was people initially, but not now. And I keep hearing something. But I see no lights.
I'm hoping we pick something up on the recorder. Mr. or Mrs. Middleton, are you still at these graves? Are there any spirits here with us tonight? If you are here, come touch this device with the glowing green light. This one. And that's what we thought about yesterday when we checked this place out in the daylight.
This is the one I wanted to come to, and I had no idea we were this close when we walked out here. We turned around, and there it was. It's the one I wanted to come to
Okay.
tonight.
What I'm gonna do? Something just changed.
Uh-huh. There's people behind us. I could confirm that, but I don't know what's up ahead. I don't know what that is. Something else.
Definitely something else.
Let's do our spit it smoke.
Try this.
Let's give it a go.
What we have here is the magical cauldron.
Okay, the people that we heard are leaving. Perhaps now,
We probably ruined their Halloween fun.
well, and vice versa. They probably, one could say the same about them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Nobody ruins my fun.
No.
Look at that. See how it glows?
Yes.
See these
Digging
little-
that.
That takes a few minutes to really get going. But what I have here is a very old and ancient powder.
Can you
Now
guys?
this is a spell that was given to me. It's actually it's kind of an incense, but this was given to me by a witch a long time ago, someone I knew. And this in particular incense is called spirit smoke. And what we can do is once the charcoal is burning a little better, we put this on it and we watch the smoke, because as the moon is waning, which it's just passing its full tonight. It's full tonight, but it's starting to wane. So anytime the moon is waning is when you will see spirits showing their faces in the smoke. So we're going to try this out here in just a minute. Yeah, the problem we're having here is the smoke is not smoking quite like it should, like it normally does. This is really odd. I mean, charcoal just burns. It should just burn. Let me try lighting another one. So it's Halloween night. We're out at the Montrose Cemetery. The moon is full. I mean, look at that sky. You can hear the crickets and the frogs. Now that those other people left, we are alone out here. Yeah. That's what it says on the website about this place. So you'll hear voices. Okay, let's try the spirit smoke one more time. It's starting to, it's really burning pretty good. Well, now that one's starting to smoke more. Look at that. The one in the pot's smoking now.
Yeah, it is.
Look at that.
Oh my goodness. Just boom.
As soon as you walked over, it started smoking like crazy. Okay, well, let me make sure I'm not showing the other camera too much. Okay. You smell it?
I can.
We look to see if there's faces in there. And bring the still camera. You want to watch this for a second? I want to go back and get
Just a
this.
minute.
What is that?
What is it?
The glowing thing? I heard that.
Jumping around. I'm hearing there, and then there, and then there, and then here. Jumping around.
Yeah.
Check the smoking action, doing just fine.
I want to grab the still
Let's see.
camera because taking pictures of it sometimes captures the faces. You want to keep recording it for me?
Okay, I will. I'm going to hurry back.
Okay. I'm like 2 yards.
I know, but hurry. I don't care how close you are, hurry back. Because there's something moving around out here. Come on. Okay, let me get resituated here, people. Oh. The flashlight isn't working. Oh, there it's back. It's back. Oh, God. Well, the flashlight stopped working for a sec. It's still smoking.
Wow, I can smell that all the way to the car. That is powerful. Okay, I got 2 forms of cameras here.
Gotta switch this out. That hurts. Switch arms.
Okay.
Now.
Take some still photographs.
Hear that behind us?
Yeah, it was good. There it goes.
Okay.
As long as the red light's flashing.
light's
It goes off sometimes. I don't know why.
I can't see diddly. It's not foggy, but why is it? You know what I'm saying? Bye-bye on the night
And
vision.
the night vision camera just died.
Just died.
Which is weird because I just put a fresh battery in that. I just charged
Just again, a
these. These
while
were
ago.
just charged yesterday. Okay, well, we lost our
we
night
lost
vision. I
that.
don't know if we caught anything, but... Whoa, EMF detector flickered.
Yes, it did.
Can't get it to do it again. I don't know why that was. Maybe Something that was killing our battery here killed this. I don't even know if I had the camera pointed at it when it did it. I just saw it while it was moving. That's the only thing I've seen it do all night.
All night. No, there was one earlier,
How much?
but it was short-lived too. When we were
Yeah.
at the other
Yeah. At
location,
Kolb's Tomb.
Kolb's Tomb.
It certainly is a dark night out here.
It is. It's not foggy, but it's kind of hazy looking.
Yeah, there's like a thickness to
I
the
don't
air,
like
the
it.
atmosphere. Keep seeing what look like small mists.
I know, like patches.
Yeah, what is that?
I don't know.
Straight ahead, there's one.
Uh, huh?
We just walked into a fog bank. Look how foggy it is right now.
Mhm.
10 feet back, it was not foggy. All of a sudden, you can see your breath.
It got cold. What the heck? Cold, cold.
68 degrees,
And then we went to
and all of a sudden, we can see our breath. Breathe again.
And
Let
there's
me see
this
if I
misty
can
thing. You see that?
hold you. Yes,
I don't have a camera. You got the
I'm
camera.
pointing right at you. Yeah, I can see your breath coming out.
Uh-huh.
When we were driving out here, it was about 60, what, 62 or
Yep.
63 actually, not
Yep.
68.
And now,
And that was
substantially
about an
cooler.
hour ago.
You certainly couldn't see your breath.
No, back by the truck it was warmer
was
than it is
warm.
here.
I told you, it's cold.
We just walk into this forest and all of a sudden the temperature drops like 1,000 degrees.
At least a couple of hundred.
We should go back to the truck.
I'm kind of thinking, I'm kind of done here.
Yeah.
One more sweep.
I don't like this fog bank. We just walked into...
Look, we've passed it again. Look, it's
Yeah.
clearer right here. It's still cold though.
Let's go back and test the temperature out the direction
Let's
we
go
came
see,
from
okay,
and watch
okay.
what happens.
Fine by me.
I know you can't hardly see anything. Point the light at me.
Wait. Sorry. What is that? I saw some lights flickering, but there's nobody over there. What the hell was that?
There was a shadow movement right
I
there.
know.
You saw that?
Yes. I saw the little light flicker and then a
Yeah.
shadow.
Shadow between the trees.
Mm-hmm.
That's never a good sign.
Okay, let's go.
Those could be sprites. It could be other things. See, the woods can almost be worse than a house or abandoned asylum. I mean, there are
Where they've
spirits
got
in those
so much-
kind of places, but
Well, we're so much more exposed out here too.
out here there's exposure and there's just lots and
Oh,
lots.
here goes the flashlight. Look at that.
Oh
again.
God, the flashlight is going off. Turn
Freaky.
it off. Let me see it.
Wait a minute.
Our light keeps freaking out.
Yep.
Then it goes to dim.
Flickers and then dies. Okay. I'm kind of done.
Whoa, I just had 2 lights on the EMF detector.
Okay. I really want to go now that nobody else is going to be here. I mean, because this doesn't feel good anymore. That doesn't feel right.
Shine the light at me. This is Star Trek 47. This is Craig and Marianne.
Signing off.
We're just about to leave the Montrose Cemetery. It's been an odd night here. It's been unusual. We didn't really have a lot of interaction with spirits that we know of. We may have caught something on the spirit smoke session. We're going to review those photographs and see what that looks like. Some of the weirdest things, we've heard a lot of noises coming from us around the woods. And we've heard some strange muffled voices. And it was
And
hard
then
to
the
tell
mist and the temperature. My goodness.
Yeah, we don't know if it was the temperature. We don't know what happened, but when we were over here, we walked into a cold spot. You can't see your breath anymore, can you?
No.
Now we can't see our breath anymore.
Nope.
And it's definitely warmer over here. That guy over there is trying to drive through the woods. He's going to run into my car. He's not gonna be able to get around me. We better get rolling. Anyway, that was our Halloween night excursion. We'll talk more about it at home.
Happy Halloween, folks.